Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly welcome you back to my farm and take you behind the scenes of some of the stuff that we're doing here on the farm. I've shared before that this part of this farm we are actually just breaking ground, and when we break ground we're preparing the land for planting some crops, and some of you guys haven't seen the process that we normally go through so that we can actually get the crops planted. So I'm gonna just walk you sort of like show you behind the scenes so that you can see what actually is happening here and some of the work that is involved in getting the land prepared so that we can plant the crops. This part of the land that I'm sharing and showing you guys is part of the land that we had planned that we wanted to plant some winter crops. Some of them we've already put on the ground, and some of them we're just preparing them. So I'll flip the camera and show you guys what's happening here. Okay, so as you can see, this land that you're seeing in front of me, this is the way how the land looks before we actually come in and prepare. But if you can see from a distance, you can see just a few bits of trees just that have been cut down. And on this part of the land, you can see that we've tilled the land, and we're ready to sort of like come and prep the land so that we can actually put the crops. So there's a lot of work that is involved in getting the land looking from this to actually look like this. This is part of the work that is done, and if you can see, we've got a whole lot of areas that we need to cover and get prepped. I've got Innocent right in front of me here. We work hand in hand to make sure that we can prep the land. And if I should just take you over here, you can see that this whole area that you're seeing here, we've got, I think going that way, we've got about 50 acres going that way, and it stretches all the way. And this part of the land here that you're seeing here, that's the land that has already been prepared, and on the other side over there is where we are still preparing. You can see some of these little cones. I don't know what you call them in English. We are mapping out how we are going to prep the land. You can see that we are continuing to map out and then prepping the land so that we can put the crops. But in this particular side, we've got a makeshift road. You can see car tire tracks, the tire tracks, which means we're able to bring a car all the way down here. But this is part of the land that we are preparing for the crops. So let me just take you to the bottom part of the land. This part of the land that we are prepping at the moment, once we remove the winter crops out of here, this is also the land that we are prepping so that we can put we can grow the rice. So this whole area is being marked so that we can map it out for planting the next crop as well. So as we are prepping for the winter crop, we are also prepping for the crop that is going to come and get planted here during the rainy season. You can see here, this small portion of land that you're seeing here is not yet tilled. Somebody is already working on here, but the land looks like this before it's tilled, and then it looks like that when it's tilled. All right, let me take you to the bottom here and show you what is happening at the bottom here. But like I said, you can see this whole area here is all virgin land, and this part is where we've prepped. And if you can see where Innocent is walking, we are creating paddocks. These paddocks, this is going to be a walkway that we can use when we have rice growing in these areas. During rainy season, there's a lot of water that is in this area. You can't walk in this area during rainy season when there are crops in here, because there's plenty of water in here. And to make sure that we're able to come in here and attend to the crops that we're going to have here, we are creating these, and we are demarcating acreages into paddocks, which means there'll be rice growing on this area, but there will also be rice growing in this area. And the guys that are working over there, you can see they are prepping the land and planting some of the crops that we have. At the moment, this area that you are seeing here, we are planting some onions. Once we take these onions out, once we harvest them, we are going to bring in the rice that is going to go in here, because during rainy season you can't plant onions in here. There's plenty of moisture here for us to plant the onions at the moment, but later on, this area, the only crop that can grow here, that can thrive in the conditions where there's a lot of water here, is rice, which means we are going to plant some rice in here. And the lads, what they're doing here at the moment is they are planting the onions, and we've created these little paddocks. When we start planting the rice, these paddocks are going to become one. They will not be demarcated into little ones like that. So you can see we have demarcated a slightly bigger paddock, and it's been divided into small portions. When we are planting rice here, these are going to be leveled out. We are going to till here just before the rains, and then putting in the rice crops that we're going to plant here. And it will be like, this will be one paddock, that one will be another paddock, that one is going to be another paddock. And then we can use these walkways, when we are walking, so that we can actually attend to the crops. But as you can see, some of these crops, you can see on the ground here, those are the leaves of onions that we are snipping at the end. I don't know why they do this, but this is the way how the onions are planted. And you can see they've been snipping the leaves right before they can actually plant them, and then we are planting them. And everyone that you are seeing in front here is doing exactly the same. It's a tedious job, but it's got to be done. Somebody has to do it. And you can see the guys, this is what they're doing. And if I turn around to this direction, you can see that this entire area, this is where the crops are going to go in. And this is just the beginning of putting crops on the ground. And there's about 40 acres here that we're putting in down the winter crop, and it stretches all the way from there, and it stretches all the way to the far end. That is what is happening here. So I thought I would just quickly share with you guys what is happening here, and some of the work that are happening behind the scenes, just to make sure that we can keep our customers, receiving the food boxes they have subscribed for, but also making sure that we can make a bit of money that we can put in our pocket. This part of the land that we are working on, this is part of the 588 acres that we have under management at the moment, and we still got a long way to go to make sure that we can put all the crops at the bottom. I mean, in the ground. There's there's probably maybe 4 more months that we can actually work on the ground to make sure that we prep it for planting the crops, and then we will transition into looking after the crops that we've planted. But all in all, as you can see, there is quite a lot of work that we've got to do. One way or another, I think we're always happy to take on challenges like this, because if you guys know, I've shared in some of my videos before, I've spent 24 years living and working in UK. You can't even imagine having access to this kind of land in UK unless if your family was born in some sort of like an aristocratic family where you own a piece of land as much as 580 acres. But in this part of the world, in Malawi, this is possible, and we are always happy to see that we've got plenty of work to do here. I know that sometimes I think the perception is that it's not possible to sort of like make life work in this part of the world. But I can assure you that there's plenty of opportunities on the ground here. So thank you guys for showing up to come and witness part of the journey that we're doing here. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet to our channel, I would appreciate if you smash the subscription button. I hope to see you in another video.